Hello guys, how you doing? Henry here, back with another video. So, you guys know that on this channel, my passion is to inspire you to reach your personal and career goals. So if you are back again on this channel, thank you for your support. And if it's your very first time, hit that subscribe button and let us, grow together. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is that I'm basically with my partners. You guys, know that, I'm run a business, Labor Law Veritas, but, I don't do it by myself. I got my partners, Bertha and Tate. And today what we're just going to be basically doing is that we're going to be talking about, leveraging, the power of, customer experience and also a bit of customer service, to impact your Google reviews or other reviews on the internet, so that you can actually get more business, at the end of the day. So guys, thank you very much for taking your time, to join me, on this, YouTube channel, so that, we can do what we can do.
Yeah, thank you, Henry.
Thanks for having us here.
Very happy to be here.
Awesome, eh? So you guys know that, entrepreneurship is something which is close to my heart, being self-employed or just generally, being the best you can be even in your career because, we're always providing a service. And I think one thing that is close to us here, even at Labor Law Veritas, is the issue of, customer service. Or what we really like to zone in is customer experience at the end of the day, So, yeah, guys, I mean, what do you guys, what is customer experience, to you?
Okay, for me, customer experience is actually an impression which you, the customer gets from your brand as a whole brand. And when I say as a whole, it means that the brand itself and the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you cannot differentiate those two. So is the customer happy about the brand? Yes. Was the customer delighted about the attention given from your customer support?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that whole thing is really important on the customer experience. Yeah.
All right, cool stuff.
Yeah, I think for me, customer experience, it's more of a journey that when you have a business that it's one of the offerings that you give to your customers so that they can experience the journey of, being, serviced by you as a business. And it's one of those things that, it tends to be a big difference per se. I view it in that way to say, when we talk about customer service, you are just servicing a customer. It's more transactional.
Yeah.
You're providing what you say that we offer. If you're going to be offering donuts, you make sure that you're going to deliver the donuts, you're going to serve the donuts at the requisite time as per order. That's more of, customer service. You're serving them the offering that you have.
Yeah.
But when we talk of customer experience, we are talking about the journey, so it becomes the whole experience from the time they engage with you until the time they exit your business. The way they feel, it's all about. So it involves the emotions, it involves the joys of just engaging with you. So I think customer experience is very important because you are really dealing with the soft issues in terms of dealing with people. Because people do business with people. When they come into your space, they want to. At the end of the day, they want to feel loved. They want to feel appreciated that they've chosen you as a service. So I think it's very important. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I like what you say, that, customer service, is delivering what you said you want to deliver.
Yeah.
That, what, you're going to have a cup of coffee, at a certain time, or what you are ordering a cup of coffee and I'm going to give you a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
However, customer experiences, how did I feel, from the time I actually interact with you and say that, okay, I'm going to choose you as a business, up until the time you got me the coffee and I was drinking the coffee.
Yeah.
Basically, how did you make me feel?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's actually key, because I think someone once said that, people might forget, you know, what you did for them, but they will never forget how you made them feel.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
So I mean, it's and that's key, right? Because I mean, you know that a lot of places provide a service, but you know you have a nasty experience, and whenever their name comes up, it's like this irking feeling.
And I like what you say. I mean, a happy customer is a loyal customer. Always. Like if a person is happy about the services you provided, they will always tell somebody else. Like go back to for example, to our business at Labor Law Veritas. The services I received them, they were very good and stuff like that. So it's very important to have a positive experience with your customers if you want to build your brand.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think like just to add on what Bertha is saying is, I think most businesses or as a young entrepreneur, we focus in terms of, even when we start a business, we focus mainly on providing a service.
Yeah. True.
You know, we want to have a business that does A, B, and C, right? But with customer experience, it's the extra mile.
Yeah.
When you provide the service, how do you make them feel? Because people usually, anyone can provide a service.
Yes.
Anyone.
That's true.
Anyone, whether it's a good service or it's a bad service. But with customer experience, it's you and the customer becoming one. It's more of incorporating them into your business as part of your family. You know, so that sometimes, for example, in our space, we deal with people that are broken, people who are just lost their job. You know, when you are providing a service, we can just say, you know what, we are going to represent you, we're going to fight for you. But customer experience entails the soft issues. How are the kids doing? How have you been finding the soft issues? I think emotional intelligence plays a big role when you are dealing with people. And it also, you know, you end up having actually a relationship, you know, with the customers when you give them that experience, you know, to say, wow, you know, besides you being a great lawyer, I feel like you're a friend, you know. That's what, you know, I think most businesses as young entrepreneurs should do, that in that pursuit or endeavor to provide a service, the end goal is, at the end of the day, is to provide also an experience that builds relationships, like what you're saying. A happy customer will then, you know, refer you to some other person, because people always refer people to business where they felt like they were appreciated and they were valued.
Wow, man. Hey, a happy customer is a loyal customer, man. That's awesome, man. And I like that what you're saying, that, you know, the emotional intelligence at the end of the day, you know, building relationships. You know, that's what it's about. You know, it's not just a transaction that people at the end of the day, they come to you. Then at the end of the day, they're just going to pay you. It's not another number, which I feel sometimes, you know, the experiences I have with some businesses, you know, especially, you know, entrepreneurs or small businesses, because we also want to support, you know, small business. But the experience that you end up having, it's like, okay, now since I signed up, you know, people are now treating me anyhow. Or, you know, now it's like, you know, now they are doing me a favor. But that's not the way it is. You know, that's actually not the way it is. And I think, you know, things will go a long way, because I mean, there's no greater, you know, feeling than having, you know, a sale or someone sign up to your business or become a client simply because they were referred by someone else, you know, and we don't need to, you know, spend money on marketing, you know. I mean, because marketing is expensive, but when you can actually start reaping those benefits, you know, because of referrals, I mean, that's quite a great place to be.
And I just feel like these days you can't really lie about your service, the service which you're giving. I mean, people have got so many options. They've got resources to just tap in and at their fingertips and just check how is this company doing and stuff like that. What are they loyal to their customers and stuff like that. So they have options really. Either you attract customers or you chase them away.
Wow, no, that's so true. That's so true. Yeah, I mean, it's just saying, you know, Google reviews, guys. So I think, you know, one of the big thing, I mean, in 2020, right? I mean, if in 2020 you've got a business, and I always tell, you know, all my friends this, in 2020, it doesn't matter what sort of a business it is, you need to have a website. Right? Because number one, you know,
101 entrepreneurship.
Right? Have a website at the end of the day. You know, that's, I mean, because, I mean, it's sort of, you know, with the internet, you know, this is an internet like world. It's a sort of a virtual world.
Yeah.
And once I look for you on the internet and you're not there, you know, those are like big red flags in terms of your credibility.
And because customer experience starts actually at the digital space, especially in the industrial revolution that we are in. It starts in the digital space where they first check you in the website. What is your website communicating? What is on your website? Because many people are good with, you know, decorating the website, making it look professional, and then the next thing, I make a call and then what's on the website cannot be, I can't even relate. We end up customers asking, is it the right place?
The right place.
Because it starts with the way you greet them. That's where the journey is. That's where the customer experience begins, from your website. And if you don't have a website, then what experience are your customers going to have? Because if you don't have a website, they don't have a place of contact. If they're going to engage with you, they're going to be finicky. And they'll be hesitant to pay or to engage in financial commitments because they have no place, like you're saying, Google reviews, because that's a safe spot for most people when they do business. Because people are not just going to go into your business because, you know, you said you've got a business. They have to do background checks to see whether you know, your business is doing well.
I'm telling you, even me and him, before we go out to a restaurant, we usually Google that restaurant, read the reviews first. How is this restaurant doing? Before going there. So it's really important to give a good
Wow, man, that digital interface, you know, it's something, because I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you need to make sure that, you know, because, I mean, first of all, is the point of contact, as you say, you know, point of, okay, this is where I found, you know, I can find you. This is what you're saying about yourself. But then number two, what are other people, you know, saying about you? You know, those are things which are very critical. And I don't know, I mean, there's now so much sort of trust invested, like in the internet. You know, once someone sees you, like, okay, you're there, you're on the net, then what are other people's? And people trust you. I mean, people can pay you. I mean, we do transactions on things like Amazon, or, you know, we order whatever we order online, you know, other places whereby you don't know who's at the other side. You know what I mean? It's so funny, right? That back in the day, people would actually, it would be cash on delivery. COD was what it was called.
That's
true.
true.
I'll only pay you when I get the goods. But now people sort of trust the internet. But also on the flip side is that if you mess up that relationship one time, I mean, it will really take a lot for you to bounce back. So I think it's really a checks and balances between you know, the businesses and, you know, previous consumers and people who have interacted with your business.
And we're not saying that you don't get those difficult clients. You feel like you just want to drop the call or say, you know what, go somewhere else and stuff like that. We do get them. You do get them. But at the end of the day, you just have to think about the brand you're building behind, like the bigger picture. And just be polite, be patient, listen, as Tate say, like connect emotionally, because the business we do usually is very emotional. People will be coming in, crying and stuff like that. Just try to connect and be genuine and stuff like that.
And actually, there's something quite interesting, right? Because I mean, we deal with a high volume of clients, and I think there's something I've always tried to think about and trying to understand, that people who generally deal with a huge volume of clients tend to treat people in not such a nice way, right? Because everyone knows, I mean, once you need to go and get your driver's license or your passport, man, it's gonna be a drag. It's I mean, you even just begin to, you know, to just dread it before you actually go there. You know, because of past experience, everyone knows that, you know, once this thing expires, man, I'm gonna be in trouble. I know obvious countries are different, but that's what we've sort of found out, that, you know, and it's very easy to start treating people anyhow simply because it's just another file or you're just another number. But if you can actually be in a situation that, you know what, everyone is treated, you know, with value, no matter what they can, and respect, no matter what they can bring to you, I think you could actually go a long way as young entrepreneurs. Starting out.
I think it's a good culture that most any business and I think most businesses that do well, they embrace that issue of customer experience. Even I think it's one of the most things that I've also found out, even when I'm looking for service and I've solicited for services. The biggest thing is communication.
It is.
Because communication is very key. So that's why you find out even brands like your Take a Lot, the moment you order something, they're communicating, we have received your order, we received your payment. Now we are at this phase. We are at the orders at the depot. They send you an SMS during the course of the day. That is what we call a customer experience, because it puts you at ease.
Yes,
that's the idea, and they deal like what you're saying. And I think it's important also to have systems that allow you to cultivate that culture of treating every client as the only client that has come through your doors. Because when you create that culture, you won't have the culture of saying any client, because you have volumes of clients, it's any other client. I think if you have systems in place and also a philosophy, a culture generally, just to treat people with respect, I think it will do very well in terms of what you do. But many a times people think, because I have so many clients, I don't need, to really be kind. For some reason, I don't know why. Or once you have paid me the money, or because you need my services, I'm a premium service, or I'm a critical skill. People then tend to treat people in a harsh way. But you see, the thing is, businesses or the times that we are living, they are static. Things change. You might be number one today, but tomorrow someone will come with customer experience and they'll take over.
Wow, man, that's so true, eh? And the thing is, why customer experience is key, and the connection, with your Google reviews, with your Hello Peters, if you're here in SA, I don't know where else they are, is that, that goes a long way in actually boosting your sales at the end of the day. Because you see, if you've got great reviews, what happens is that, by the time this person is calling you, they're just calling you to confirm that the sale is like 75% done, or even 90% done. The sale is done. But the issue now is that, are we going to be, now is what I was seeing online, is it confirmed? So this is how you can actually drive your sales. So I think for us, when you're talking about customer service, customer experience, is that, the issue of communication. Very important. When you're dealing with people, a huge volume of people, sometimes people just want updates for the sake of updates. You know what I'm trying to say? But even if there's nothing on their file which has changed, it's always good just to actually, engage and say that, yes, no, nothing much has changed. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're doing great. Nothing much has changed, but anyway, I'll update you as soon as there's something. Well, sometimes people just want someone to talk to, right?
People just want someone to talk to.
And they're also wondering what is happening with their case at the same time.
Even if you told them yesterday, but
that's how relationships are built. I think communication is at the heart of the customer experience, because when someone has entrusted you with their with a service that you are going to be rendering, they need to know that, because another thing as well is, as much as we're in the digital space, there's a lot of 419s, there are a lot of scams. So obviously you don't want to, as a business, you don't want to be associated with that. That's why communication is important to keep them at ease. Because people, when they invest their money, they invest their time and their resources, you have to also corroborate and correspond with that action in terms of saying, hey, I've got you. And, and especially if you want to be on top of the game, because there's so much competition, so you have to be outstanding in making sure that one experiences, peace, they experience joy, and customer the soft issues. It's the soft issues.
Wow, that's true, man. Because everyone can probably do it, because a lot of people out there are qualified at the end of the day. But the question will always be, why should people choose you at the end of the day, as opposed to someone else? So I think that's key at the end of the day, when it comes to, the issues of, the customer experience, that, you need to just make sure. So I think if you really want to capitalize, let's say number one, build your website, make sure that you've got a website, and two, link it obviously to, register on Google Business, and make sure that, people can actually, start reviewing your business, and they can know where your business. This increases, credibility. And if you're an SA, you register on platforms like Hello Peter, and make sure that, you respond to clients. And the other thing is, I think for us, what we always try to do, sometimes people are not just going to, send out a review because, their case went well or they provided. Sometimes people are just lazy, Sometimes it's just, people about their business,
Yeah.
you know. You know, once they are done, it's done. But what actually helps because of those relationships and the way you treated them in the relationship is that you can actually, you know, actively call them and say, hey, were you happy with the service?
Yeah.
Yes, I was happy. May you kindly send us a review?
Yeah.
You know, can you kindly write us a review?
Yeah.
Then you would see that, you know, that will actually start, you know, boosting your profile online and actually boosting, you know, your credibility and ultimately your sales, you know, which is what you want at the end of the day. You know, you want to be on top because there's so much competition, as I said. I think just an example of this is that, you know, when it comes to advertising, you know, advertising can be expensive. So, for example, one of the things we use is your Google AdWords.
Yeah.
You know, cost per click. It can be high, but sometimes you might not need necessarily to be number one, right?
Yeah.
Because what will happen is that the people we are probably looking for will always sort of, you know, do a comparison
they will
between, you know, the people, even if someone else is number one or someone else is coming number 3 on the search, but people will do a comparisons. And what's going to set you apart is the reviews that you have.
Yeah.
You know, what other people are actually saying about you.
Yeah, and the cool thing about reviews, just to add on that, is reviews, they give you insights in terms of how customers viewing your brand. And where can you improve. And it also gives you insights in terms of your strengths. And then you see, oh, okay, we are known, we do well in this aspect of the business. They enjoyed maybe our website. They enjoyed the way we did business. So it gives you insights, and then from there you keep on building and building. And great things about reviews as well, and having Google reviews and everything. They also tell you about your weaknesses. And many a times, as much as I know most entrepreneurs, they don't want to hear the negative stuff. But you know, the negative stuff is the, you know, stuff that build the positive stuff. Because if you improve there, then you are actually adding, you know, something that was negative. You're turning it around into positive. Because sometimes it's difficult for you to see the picture when you're inside the frame. But when they tell you what's happening, their feedback, their experience, because many a times every entrepreneur is saying, my business is the best, I did well, but you need that, you need you need that so that it helps you to shape, to see the improvements, you know, and then, you know, you improve from there. Yeah,
no, that's true, man. Guys, hey, if you're getting any value out of this, you know, hit that like button, man. Hit the share button. Subscribe, man. I mean, we're at like 135 subscribers now. You know, let's get to 200 by the end of this month, eh? And let's continue growing, because I mean, we've got so much more, you know, of these discussions, you know, just for you, man. Because I mean, you know, 2020 is for everyone to just use, you know, their talents and just use, you know, whatever they, you know, what they have in their hands, so that they can start, you know, creating a life for themselves at the end of the day. That's what we believe, and that's what we want to keep on pushing. So just any last thoughts in terms of dealing with, you know, stress, you know, in terms of, you know, those highly demanding clients, because I mean, sometimes, you know, clients can be highly demanding. You know, how do you deal with that, you know, at the end of the day?
I think for me, like when you are dealing with a needy client, you also, it's always good not to take it personally. That's the first thing. And also try to put yourself in their shoes. That's where the soft issues are, because sometimes when people are needy, they are coming from a certain background. There are certain stuff that are happening behind, you know, that you're not knowing. And I always, you know, enjoy, or I always, for me, I take it as a challenge when I have a needy client, because it puts pressure for me as a person to grow as an individual in terms of patience, in terms of, you know, communicating, because after that, I get this sense of fulfillment to say, wow, you know, finally I'm done, but at least I managed to handle this client, and this client managed to give me a good feedback. But as well, I think there's always a balance. There will be clients that are needy, demanding, and also clients that have researched. They know what they're doing. They've done their research, and you can't be telling them, or you can't be, you know, you're not sure of what you're doing. Those ones definitely, you need those people. They keep on challenging you. But there will also be clients that will harass and abuse you. Those ones, normally, I've seen that, you know, this person from day one, they've not been willing to really engage and everything. Those ones, I think you have to make a call whether you should continue on that relationship. But many a times, you always, as an entrepreneur, as a young person, you always have to have your mind on the, in the right frame. We always discuss it, that we don't want something that is going to take away our joy, take away our peace, for the expense of a sale, of which those energies, because it's all about energy. It's all about your mindset. How are you feeling? Because it's a sales environment. So you always have to be boosted. So sometimes there are clients that we see that I think this one is abusing the codes. We end up making a call. Say, you know what? Let's separate amicably. At least, number one, I've separated with them. They have not given me a bad review. There's nothing that has happened. I've done a forecast and say, you know what, we're not going to get anywhere. And then it allows us to open doors and opportunities from other clients.
Wow. Yeah, and I mean, difficult clients are always there, stressful ones. And people go through a lot, hey? And sometimes they're just stressed and all that. So when you are faced with a difficult client, what I've learned is to actually try to calm that person down and try to understand, as Tate say, understand where they come from as well. And it's so natural that if somebody comes with that attitude and he sees that you actually have a different attitude, a different approach, you are listening carefully and you are just patient, they will also tune to that, to your level, and you find out how you can assist them. And the other thing as well is to also be honest. If you cannot help, you cannot help. There's no reason to say, let me look at it, let me think about it. If it's straightforward, because I know there are those clients who will be like, no, me, I don't have a case. But you, from just listening to them, you can really tell, like, this client does not have any case. So it's really to just be honest, but politely and
Wow, I mean, that's key at the end of the day. And I think, the issue just being that, don't be afraid, to say what it is, to say, to call it as it is.
Come on.
If this is not going to, if this is not going to work, but some people, come through, they expect you to do magic, right? And,
turn water into wine.
Turn water into wine, make some more way.
But more way.
But it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not going to happen at the end of the day. But for you to be truthful and say, hey, this is your case, but this is not going to happen, or this is how much I can do. But, this is I mean, honesty is the best policy.
It's the best policy.
Don't take on more than you can actually chew. If you can't, if you're providing, let's say, a service, you fix stuff. If you can't fix it, say, no, I can't fix it. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's as simple as that. I think it's always good to create. I think we had to make decisions to say, no, we're not going to take these type of cases because at the end of the day, it will just drain our energy. The risk of you getting bad reviews are high. Because first of all, someone came with an impossible situation where you can't resolve. But now, because you sort of accepted that I can help you, now there's much more expectation from you, and you end up, being in a bad situation. But from the get-go, if you say, you know what, okay, maybe this is a bad case, but let me try to do A, B, and C for you. Then those expectations, they're not there because I've told you and you're free to go wherever you want.
There's clarity,
there's clarity. And, don't deal with, don't take abuse, from, there's a thin line, between, customer is always right and someone who just out there to abuse you or whatever it is. It's always good just to say that, you know what, thank you for considering us, but, we don't think we're going to continue with this relationship. So I mean, there's just a lot of things. I mean, it's I mean, the internet it's an awesome space, and also don't be afraid to respond to negative reviews. Because sometimes you're gonna get someone who's gonna say something negative to you. You need to respond and just say, if you drop the ball, say, apologies for how you dealt with this happened or whatever it is. But, we are committed to relook at your case or whatever you have to say, or maybe there are some people who are just belligerent who just are saying false things. You also need to respond to that and say, you know what, this is actually what happened in your case, and what you're saying is actually not the truth.
Yeah.
So because I mean, those people, you know, they are, you know, people trust the internet. Man.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, you order transport a car from someone you've never met.
Yeah.
You don't know if they've got a license. You don't know
Yeah.
anything. But you know, you do that, right?
Yeah.
And you go because of that trust.
Yeah.
So I think the internet is a great place to do business, a
Yeah.
great place to build your brand, and to build trust with people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I think, you know what, we've said a lot.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you very much for taking your time to come through and you know and actually, you know what, listen to, you know, what we have to say. And you guys, thank you very much as well for taking your time.
Yeah, thank you.
So that, you know, we can just
Thank
you're welcome. So that we can just make this video and just, you know, guys, let's grow together. You know, let's share like information
Yeah.
with regards to this journey called entrepreneurship, with regards to career, and with regards to just making it in the marketplace, because that's what 2020 is about. You know,
That's true.
we now have got the power to you know to go on TV
Yeah.
to share information, right?
That's true.
We can now do that. So
That's so true.
let's continue to do that. So guys, you know what? Thank you very much, and you know what? Love and appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next video. Cheers.
Ciao.
Cheers, bye.